First described anesthesia.
Fainting.
Hit them.
Now. One. But sometimes there's an issue.
They never wake.
Might not wake.
They die.
우리는 닥터 friends.
Hi, friends. Discussing surgery history.
It was often said to be painful without anesthesia. This improved in the late 19th century. Any earlier attempts?
Must have been.
Must have. It hurt.
Too painful.
Probably used alcohol.
Various
Drugs or
tries.
alcohol.
First anesthesia attempt. Any idea? Fainting. In the Bible, God puts Adam to sleep and takes a rib to create Eve, akin to general anesthesia. Humans couldn't do that then, especially with adrenaline from pain or injury. But as mentioned, human history is alcohol.
History of war.
They knew the effects of a hit, especially on the head.
Please, no!
They knew it could faint.
They won't. If an arrow is stuck, it's painful. So they hit hard. But there's a risk. Sometimes they hit.
You never wake.
Some don't wake.
You die.
Or the person stays conscious.
Super painful. Keep hitting, and it turns into a fight. Are you doing this on purpose? It's unstable and violent, so they looked for herbs. In historical texts, there's this unexpected herb, widely used in Korea for anesthesia.
One herb like mushrooms.
Lettuce. Lettuce.
Lettuce makes you drowsy, but in Korea,
Sleepy.
Opium doesn't grow naturally here. Lettuce was the strongest sleep inducer here.
How to feed.
you keep eating it. That's why they say not to eat wraps when studying for exams. Keep eating lettuce. Oh, I'm sleepy. But lettuce's effect is,
Had to wake
You
up.
wake up soon, even if the teacher just taps your head. You wake up immediately.
but there was a surgery case after eating lettuce!
That's terrible.
There was such a case, then opium, mandrake mainly in the West.
Mandrakes in games? That is a drug that makes you dazed. Hops.
Odie?
Hops is beer. Hops is beer, but they just fed hops, which makes you tipsy.
Probably.
Honestly, this doesn't work well. How much lettuce do you need? With no food, they give alcohol, which you can always ferment. You drink until you feel good or completely out of it. Until out of it. People died. Back then, without such a concept, alcohol was the best anesthetic for a long time in human history.
Because alcohol, like wine, has been around since humanity's start.
Alcohol is everywhere.
It's not hard to make grain alcohol.
For a long time, only alcohol was used until the 18th century's nitrous oxide came, which we know today.
Yes,
Had
it
to
has a
wine.
nickname, laughing gas. You've heard of it, right?
In dentistry.
It was called a drug balloon, and it was an issue in Korea in the past. People knew it made you feel good and got rid of headaches, but doctors weren't really interested, and it was mainly used at parties. Ither, which had a similar effect, also had other parties. Then, an American doctor named Long saw someone inhale ither and fall, hitting their head without feeling pain. As a doc, he thought they should be in pain, so he wondered, what's this?
Even non-doctors will find it odd. He's laughing, which is strange. So, in 1842, Long used ither, soaked towels, like in movies, to knock out his patient. He then cut off a tumor without the patient feeling any pain. It was an incredible discovery, but Long kept it to himself, thinking it wasn't a big deal.
Why?
He just wrote it in his diary, so it wasn't known. Later, in 1844, dentist Wells went to a laughing gas party, fell, and got injured. Doctors party a lot.
Partied often.
They didn't. If they had, it might have been found sooner.
Oh, right?
He partied, fell, tore his leg, no pain.
Well,
He got hurt, but his experimental spirit was strong. He inhaled the gas again and told his colleague to pull his tooth.
Crazy
He
guy.
told them to pull a healthy tooth, and it didn't hurt. Tried on 15 people. With hope, he went to Boston, a medical mecca, to Massachusetts General Hospital. With Chief Surgeon Wells' help, He wanted to share the fits beyond dentistry, but Wells was skeptical and picked a student to pull a tooth. Wells was too nervous. Wells was too nervous. He used little gas, and when pulled, the patient screamed and ran due to pain. So it failed, and Wells, his life fell apart. It was a complete disaster. But there was Wells' friend nearby. He was also friends with Wells, and he was the one who connected Wells and Wells. It was Dr. Morton who watched from the side and thought it could have worked if he did a bit more. He saw it as a mistake.
Lack of dosage.
He thought it was a dosage issue, but using laughing gas again felt too risky, so he opted for ether in 1846 at the same hospital.
He told Warren, "I'll try it with ether." They thought he was bluffing again, so once more, he picked any student from the spot EU and pulled the tooth. But this time, it succeeded with ether. Seeing this, the beautiful dream was realized. Surgery could now be done without pain. Surgeon Diefenbaugh was so moved that he mentioned Dr. Liston, who first tried ether in England. Liston.
Dr. Liston, known for swiftly using knives to ease pain, was amazed. Now ether could anesthetize patients for surgeries.
The patient died from sepsis. Died from infection, but painlessly. Oh man. With ether, in the 19th century, patients began to escape pain, leading to chloroform and other advances that we now rely on. These innovations came in the 20th century, but anesthesia only became common by late 19th century. Actually, being able to anesthetize is what allows us to consider starting surgeries as we think of them now.
No time to think or make incisions. Even with anesthesia, people still died.
Surgery development truly began after anesthesia.
It had a big impact.
This was the turning point for surgery.
Finally,
We explored anesthesia's history. Many advances happened in the 19th and 20th centuries.
Like a build up exploding.
It hurt.
Experimental doctors with laughing gas pulling teeth. Thanks to them, we've come this far.
Live gratefully.
Wanted to
Anyway, another great content today.
And if you enjoyed it, please subscribe.
Thank you so much for your
Thank
support.
you.